What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm your host, Devin, and this is Tony, better known as Cursed Designs. Welcome, Tony. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
So, I was going to try to be sneaky and act like this was a whole different day. I was going to ask you how your day's going again, but I'm just going to be honest with the audience. We just got done recording the video, and we're rolling right into it. So, we're just going to get right into the meat of it. Now, this video, we're going to do a little bit just a overall general reaction of what we saw with the Scum USC game. So Scum came out with the win on that one. They got me. I honestly thought that USC was going to go in there and whip their butts, and they did not do that, especially in the first half. The second half, they kind of put it to them. A little bit, but that first half, I'm not quite sure what USC was doing. Overall, after the game, more than anything, my thoughts on USC changed more than anything else. So, Tony, let me hear your thoughts, man.
Well, I, so I thought the same thing. I thought USC was going to go in there and handle business. And I hate Lincoln Riley too. Like I like neither of these teams in some way, but like I was like, well, it's not Michigan, so like, I'll go with USC. And again, every time I put faith in Lincoln Riley, he lets me down. He's like a super choke artist when it comes down to anything bigger than just a cupcake game. And I honestly like I overvalued them for that LSU win just because of who LSU has been in the past. LSU's obviously not that great this year, but still, like they looked decent in that LSU game. And I thought like Michigan having Alex Orgy in there, like I just thought like I didn't I thought USC was going to handle business, and they did anything but that for most of the game. And then when it came down to it, like it was just Lincoln Riley choking at big points, and like I mean, it's not like Michigan had like a very in-depth game plan. They went out there and like who they were and ran the ball. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Alex
Let me
Orgy
read
was like,
let me read these let me read these stats to you real
oh
fast.
yeah, because I want to hear
Mi-
Alex Orgy's completions.
Scum had 322 yards altogether. They had 32 passing yards. They had 290 rushing yards, and they averaged 5.6 yards per play. USC had 379 yards total, so they outgained them. They had 283 passing yards with only 96 rushing yards. They averaged 5.2 yards per play. Miller Moss was 28 for 51 with
Jesus
three
Christ.
TDs and an interception. Alex Orgy was 7 for 12, zero TDs, zero interceptions with 32 yards. So, bro, that first half was brutal to watch. It was
Yes.
brutal. Now, I'm going to try to explain something. Hopefully, it makes sense.
Okay.
I want to give credit where credit is due, but I'm going to say a few things, but it's not giving credit because of the lack of integrity that the team has had and the fact that they cheated. So if you wouldn't have done that, I would give you some credit. I'm not going to give you any credit. I still think that you're going to get dominated. I still think you got a lot of issues on your team, and you do anyway. But they did come out and, you know, defensively and offensively in the first half, just bully USC and push them around. Now, that's that West Coast team. This Big Ten football, baby. You know what I mean? You got to come in here. You got to be ready for that. And they clearly were not ready for that. Scum came in, shoved them around, ran the ball. And then once they got done running the ball, they decided to run it again. And then at the very last minute, they ran it again.
Yep.
So I don't know what the flip was going on with USC's defense, but I was a little apprehensive. You know, might have been trolling a little bit by saying that Scum was going to get killed by USC because I was a little apprehensive about their defense, wondering what it really was. And I think we saw what it was. Their defensive line and this is, obviously teams are going to get better. Scum has a young offensive line, so clearly they came in and they did get a little bit. They looked a little bit better out there, but again, that's all they got. You know,
Right.
and I do think they made the better move putting Alex Orji in simply because he didn't throw any interceptions. He took care of the ball. You don't stand a chance,
Right.
when you're throwing 6 interceptions in 2 games. You ain't going to win any big games like that. So, but it was very heartbreaking to me. I wanted nothing more than for that team to lose because I believe that's what they deserve. And that's not just a rivalry thing. After what they did and how they reacted about it, they just deserve to lose. That's what they deserve. So, not so much the new players that had nothing to do about it though. So, I got a little bit of fan glasses on when they say that, but
I think the biggest thing we can confirm here from this whole game is not that Michigan deserves any credit or whatever they did exactly they said they were going to do. It's that USC's defense looked good for 2 games, and it's suspect, just like it always has been. Like, they put up a good front. They were like, oh, we got the dude from UCLA, we're changing things. We beat LSU, like all that, and then they played like middle of the road competition, and they got smacked. And it was their defense was the biggest Achilles heel.
Yeah.
They just couldn't stop they couldn't stop the run at all.
Well, and USC's offensive line, I mean, Scum's defensive line was putting pressure on
Moss got hit so many times.
All day long, bro. So they made some adjustments at halftime, came out and was doing a little bit better, but that's what they were doing the whole dang time. Yeah. Pressure. Obviously, it won you the game, but dude, this whole game came down to one missed tackle. It came down to a missed tackle when, Scum is on their 30-yard line down, and all they are doing is running run plays. They got to get down the whole field. They have to score a touchdown.
They have like 90 seconds left or something soon.
And they can't pass the ball, and USC lets them run it right up the middle, miss tackles, and go all the way down the field. It was like, you have got to be kidding me. I felt like I was watching the Colorado game. I don't know if you saw the Colorado game or not, but
I did not.
Bro, that was crazy, man. Freaking Baylor gave that game up. Time running out. What's the quarterback's name for Colorado? Shedeur Sanders launches a Hail Mary in the end zone, and his receiver actually caught the dang ball. Hey, check this out. I know I just saw a squirrel in a tree right now going off topic, but dude, it got into overtime. Before the game was even over, the Colorado student section ran on the field, tore the goalpost down. Yeah, bro. Just wilding out, hey, bro, they showed up, bro. They beat Baylor. They showed up. Their defense showed up. All that stuff.
Last Saturday was so weird for everything. Like I told you, like everything was off. It was like bizarro world all day, except for the Tennessee Oklahoma game that went.
It was USC had that game. It was very simple. Don't give up a chunk play. They don't have time to 5 yard you down the field. They don't have enough timeouts. They don't have enough time. Simply do not let them get a 50-yard chunk play and you win the game. And what do? They do it. That the old NCAA cover boy ain't got it, bro.
Not at all. He got outshined by his other counterpart over there.
I know. Well, he's the better running back. Oh, no, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Is the better running back.
That's just obvious. I think cover boy. I think he had a long run, maybe a touchdown. Didn't really pay attention.
He did, but
let me see.
He had like 70 or 80 yards, but the other kid had like a ridiculous amount of yards.
Yeah. So Edwards, 14 carries for 74 yards, 5.3 yards per carry with a touchdown. Khalil Mullings, 17 carries for 159 yards, 9.4 yards per carry. So, yeah.
The last 2 games, that kid has looked really good. And Donovan Edwards has looked like
Yeah, Kilo Mullings definitely looks very good, but uh, they they showed up. They played a little tougher. They showed some things I really didn't expect to see from them. So they'll get that out of me, but that's all they're going to get. More of it to me, I had USC up here. I had Scum all the way down just about an inch off the ground. Now Scum is about 2 inches off the ground, and USC is now about an inch off the ground in my eyes. So
Yeah.
probably scarlet glasses on when I say that, but that's just kind of what it is, man. That
Absolutely.
game did not give me any fear for November 30th. How
No,
about you?
not at all. Like at the end of the day, like I think it was more to me. It was more USC's failure and choking than it was Michigan like providing a great game plan and executing. Like
Yeah.
they showed up and did what they did, and USC just can't play defense. Like, and
Yeah.
even though then when they had it right there, and give it to Lincoln Riley, just chokes.
Yeah. Did you watch the Nebraska Illinois game?
I did not. I don't
Did
even know.
not.
I watched. After that game, I watched the Oklahoma Tennessee game, which was, if you're not a Tennessee fan, it was not really exciting. So
Yeah. I did watch it. How'd Tennessee look?
they they looked pretty amazing. Like they looked like they were supposed to look. Now, granted, I don't think Oklahoma's that good. Like
Yeah.
Jackson Arnold is hot garbage, but I think all around Oklahoma is just not that good
Yeah.
at all. And Tennessee looked like they had every other time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Well, Nebraska went down smoking to Illinois,
what?
and
I didn't even
yeah,
know that.
man,
That's amazing.
they lost. And I will give credit where Dylan Raiola, he's good, bro. Dylan
I
Raiola
mean,
is good. Minnie
he's impressive.
Mahomes, he's good, man. That's a true freshman quarterback out there, and he was throwing some dots. Um,
But
had a little
Illinois defense
trouble
was too
hander on
much.
the had a little trouble handling the pressure at the end of the game, but he's good. It's going to be a little more exciting of a game. I know that Ohio State plays them after their next bye. So
Yep.
if Ohio State defense comes out like they did against Marshall, like they did against, if they do that against Nebraska, we will either be tied or we will be losing at halftime.
Oh yeah, we'll get lit
So,
up in the first half for sure.
so they better come with their A game. And Ryan Day needs to trash the improvement week. Didn't work. Let's call it jacked up week. We're going to start a Ryan Day. It's officially called the get jacked up week. That's what we're going to call it. So you need to have them boys waking up 4:30 in the morning, getting in the weight room,
Right.
keeping. I don't know if the day before the game, if you got to wake them up at 5 and get their blood flowing, man. What time is that game? I wonder.
What, Nebraska? I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know if they set a time for it yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they haven't. I believe it's at. Oh, it's at home.
Yeah, it's here.
Oh, well, I feel a little more confident about that game now.
Yeah. Well,
So,
and dude, everybody thought Nebraska was coming in to Columbus 7-0, and I was like, I don't know about that. And I mean, obviously, Illinois' defense was probably too much for him.
yeah.
Illinois' defense is legit too. So,
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of breakdown of y'all for our initial thoughts on some of the games we saw. Appreciate you watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button. Go to BuckeyeBoys.com. It'll redirect you right to our YouTube page if you're having trouble finding us. Stay tuned for Kenyatta Jackson Sr. to come on our show. It's going to be exciting. Yeah, man. Loving what we're doing. We're a fan channel. If you want the opportunity to come on, shoot us an email, thebuckeyeboys@gmail.com with 3 Z's. Other than that, appreciate you, Tony. Go
appreciate you.
Buckeyes. OH.
IO.